Ariel Castro, the Ohio kidnapper who became notorious after it was discovered that he had held 3 women captive in his home for almost a decade, during that time both sexually and physically abusing them throughout, is now dead. He was found late last night, shortly after 9 p.m. local time, having apparently hung himself. Now, some of the medical personnel there tried to perform CPR on him. They transported him to a hospital, but within an hour and a half, he had died. And so this is an awful guy. Many people have labeled him a monster. I think understandably so. He is now dead, apparently through his own hands. What do you guys think about that?
All right. So first of all, I'm thinking about the CPR guys. Oh gosh, this is not working. I wish I could revive him. Hey guys, look, you should probably do mouth to mouth. Yes. Sorry, that didn't work either.
You know what the problem with that is, and I totally understand, is that in the great North Hollywood bank robbery that sort of became the basis of heat, the cops stood over there and they wouldn't let the ambulance get to those guys while they bled out because they'd spent the last hour and a half or however long it was shooting serious rounds at police officers. So, you know, like you hope that I don't mean to turn it shitty, but I mean, I would hope that that's your job. You revive people.
I'm playing. I'm sure the CPR guys came in and did whatever they could and stuff, but he'd already hung himself. But we think, but I'm tempted to do a TYT Supreme Court on this.
If you were the medical guy, would you take your job seriously? Or?
No. Did he kill himself, or did the guard happen to take a long break and some guys came in, they don't want to get the guard in trouble, so they hang him instead of shiv him?
We talked about this in the thing. I didn't think you talked about it on the air. You've seen too many movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Totally.
Hey, Zeus. Yeah. Drop it. All right. Yes, I have seen a lot of movies where the guard's like, oh, I guess it's time for my coffee break, right? And then the Aryan Nation guys come in and hang him from the...
Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
They sneak metal in through their blood.
But here they got to make it look like suicide.
Yeah, but here they got to make it look like suicide. Like, now, here's a guy who did write a suicide note, right, at one point and had it in his house. This was a long time ago. It's almost like a decade ago, where he said, if you find me, okay, these girls, what could I do? I was wrong, but I had to do it.
Did you give him a little accent there at the beginning of that?
No, I don't think so. I don't even know what an Ohio accent is. You say I'm needlessly making him a Southern? Okay. Well, if you do find him, you know what I'm saying? That's too bad.
Wow, he's a Southern auctioneer. That's great.
All right. So, but like, this is exactly the kind of guy they kill in prison, right? And there's,
would you want to clarify his position? Now, he wasn't on suicide watch, but he was in protective custody. He had previously been on suicide watch, but as of right now, last night when this happened, this is from JoEllen Smith from the Department of Rehabilitation and Correction, said he was in protective custody because of the notoriety of his case, meaning he was checked every 30 minutes, but was not on suicide watch. 30 minutes is about 10 times as long as you need to do whatever you need to do to this guy, I would imagine.
Yeah, whether he's doing it to himself or somebody else is doing it to him.
Exactly.
Remember when he pled guilty and he got, well, this is amusing, he got life plus 1,000 years, and he pled guilty to 937 counts of kidnapping and rape. So, like, it was but he took that sentence and he said, I'm not a monster, I'm sick, I have a condition. His lawyer's still arguing, like, hey, no, we should study this guy to see what causes people to do terrible things like this, but he's got a condition, he's sick. Maybe he was just never believed it, he didn't even internalize it, or he thought that, and some guys that were in prison thought, I don't think so. I think this is how it ends for you. Remember, they killed Jeffrey Dahmer in prison.
I was going to say, they killed Dahmer, but they didn't hang him. They just killed him. They just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, and they also waited until he was like in with the general population.
Yeah.
I don't know if this guy was even.
Yeah,
See, but that's why you'd have to hang him, because he's in protective custody. Otherwise, the guard who's cooperating with you is going to be in trouble.
But why is there stuff to hang yourself? Why is there?
What does this mean?
That means, you see my point?
Yeah, or a guy facing life plus 1,000 years and committed these horrible crimes, who'd previously written a suicide note, killed himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also possible.
Ben, that would have been more convincing if at the end you went,
That's true. Damn it.
Maybe they stop. Maybe somebody goes, "Hey, why don't we stop building prison cells with these hanging bars up at the top of them? Why don't we just get rid of those?"
And decorate the cell with loops of rope.
Second inmate in the last few months in Ohio to kill himself.
Oh, yeah.
In prison, a death row inmate days before his execution hung himself in Ohio too.
Or did he?
Are we voting?
Okay, all right, yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right. It's the Supreme Court. We got to vote.
Yeah, he killed himself.
All right.
Kill himself.
Killed himself?
Present.
So you're taking a principled stand here. Present.
Marky over here.
So, okay, all right. And I vote.